Hi everyone. Well, it's Monday the 3rd of June, just coming up to 2 o'clock, and I expect most of you have probably had your lunch by now. Were you sitting at your desk rushing to get some emails finished, as I remember doing so often in the past myself, or driving from one place to the other and just grabbing something quickly to eat along the way before you get to another meeting or another engagement or another part of your busy day? And thinking about last night, were you sitting in front of the TV eating your dinner, or were you actually sitting around a table and taking the time, not obviously socialising and talking to family or friends, or but taking the time to really eat your food? And it really can make a huge difference as to how you feel afterwards, not just in your mind, of course, but in terms of longer term and digestive symptoms that you might get. Don't get me wrong, I'm like anybody, often rushing around and not always thinking, but I know myself, when I do that, then it can really sometimes make you feel a bit bloated and uncomfortable. And fortunately, it's not often for me that I do get any sort of digestive symptoms, but it can happen. And I think it's really important that we do just take the time just to stop and think about what we're eating. When we're thinking about what we're eating, then we're engaging the mind and the first stage of our digestive process. That actually then triggers the release of digestive secretions by thinking. The sight and smell of food, the chewing action, these all have a knock-on effect at different stages of digestion along the way. Part of my webinar, I'm really going to emphasize this point, because I think it's number one. When we think about digestive symptoms, we can do it a bit bottom up, sorry, no pun intended, but we need to think as a sort of top down approach, and the importance of each stage of the digestive process. I'm not going to go into any great detail, but I think it's really important to have an understanding of why that is just so important for how our bodies then have the ability to digest our food. And if we have a good understanding, then maybe consciously we can start to change some of our habits. And most of the time, not always, because we're human and we're always going to have busy times, but maybe sometimes we can just spend a little bit more time thinking about when we're eating and the importance of spending time doing that. So my webinar, don't forget, it's Thursday, this Thursday, it's at 7 p.m. That's Thursday the 6th of June, 7 p.m. Please register on Zoom to make sure you get your place, and that will then take you straight to the webinar on Thursday night. I hope to see you then.